Write what you know. Author of The Flying Troutmans, Miriam Taves has first-hand knowledge of many of the experiences told in the book. Raised in southern Manitoba in the strict Mennonite community of Steinbeck, Miriam spent her young adult life escaping and seeking out new realities in Montreal, London, England, and Halifax.
From the age of 12,
Yeah.
I wanted to escape to wherever the city would be, whatever
Yeah.
the nearest big city.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you had that same desire growing up in Steinbach, Manitoba.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I mean, probably from around the same age, 12. You know, when you start to understand that there's a larger world, and you know, and the city definitely was always a draw. You know, my character, Nomi, Nickel in A Complicated Kindness, she sort of does some of the things that I did as a kid, going up to the highest point in this prairie town, which was obviously not very high, but you know, looking out at the city that's 40 miles down the road, and just dreaming of the possibilities of the, you know, of all the fun and adventure and excitement and scandal and everything that goes on in a city. You know, I mean, this is obviously, you know, a 12-year-old's idea of what goes on in a city, but yeah, I was dying to get out, definitely. I'm plotting my escape from an early age.
49-year-old Taves continues her own effort to tread water as she deals with raising her now adult children, her own recent divorce, and the losses in her life. Most poignantly, the losses impacting the writing of The Flying Troutmans would be of her father, who struggled with bipolar disorder, and her sister, both of whom committed suicide. This, published in 2008, is Taves' fifth of 6 books.
The Flying Troutmans. Mm-hmm. It's a road trip book, and it features a troubled family on a road trip. Mm-hmm. And road trips figure pretty frequently in your work, and so is the idea of confinement, such as, you know, growing up in a strict repressive community and trying to run for it. So could you tell me about that, confinement and road trips?
Yeah, road trips to me symbolize complete freedom, beautiful, you know, soul-enriching freedom. I love nothing better than a road trip, and so I had always wanted to write, and I took my family on many, many road trips, and so it's just in the family, it's in the blood, and I always wanted to write about a road trip, but never really knew how, because a road trip is a little bit unwieldy, and things are changing all the time, necessarily, which is the beauty of it in life.
Her writing reveals the bitter truth and divine humor in the everyday.
Yeah, so things have fallen apart. A few weeks ago, I got a call from my niece, Thebes, in the middle of the night, asking me to please come back to help with Min. She told me she'd been trying to take care of things, but it wasn't working anymore. Min was stranded in her bed, hooked on blue torpedoes and convinced that 1,000,000 silver cars were closing in on her. I didn't know what Thebes meant either. Logan was in trouble at school, something about the disturbing stories he was writing. Thebes was pretending to be Min on the phone with his principal. The house was crumbling around them, the back screen door had blown off in the wind. A family of aggressive mice was living behind the piano. The neighbors were pissed off because of hatchets being thrown into their yard at all hours. Again, confusing. Something to do with Logan. Basically, things were out of control, and Thebes is only 11. I told her I'd be there as soon as I could. I had no choice. There was no question. Our parents are dead. Min didn't have anybody else. And in just about every meaningful way, neither did I.